I also realized too that there's something taking place where my accounts are being swapped out or switched out. Why do I say this? I say because I was sitting here and I tell my nieces and nephews, don't use my YouTube account to watch the stuff that they be watching, right? Because I don't want to get mixed up. But I realized that even though they go on the guest account, somehow that algorithm looks similar to mine's, right? With a little bit of their stuff added in there. If it's a guest account, then the algorithm will be completely different. But for some reason, everything that I watch, I notice that it's also on the guest account, mixed in with the things that my nieces and nephews watch as well. And then I realized that this was the part where people were trying to, looks like the devil is trying to find a way to set me up, to make it look like I am watching things that I'm not watching, to make it look like I have children when I don't have children. And two, also that's another reason why I don't watch the other accounts when I go downstairs, right? I don't go on the apps often because I don't want it to get mixed up with my big brother whose information is on there, right? Along with my mom. So I always make sure I put my name on a different account so it'll be known that this is what I'm watching. But I noticed that because I know that what was trying to take place is that I don't know how it's done. I don't know what to call it, but I know that the algorithm for my original accounts is also being added to an unknown algorithm, which is still being kept. Like somehow an IT did something where it keeps track, right? To make it look unknown. And then you can just switch the accounts and put the name on there and make it look like I am watching stuff that I'm not watching. I realized that when I was kept noticing, I'm like, all these guest accounts that I see coming up. I even noticed this on my computer. Even if I'm not logged in, it still keeps my information. And I'm like, how does it keep my information if I'm not logged into like my Google or anything like that? And I always wonder, how is that taking place? So what I'm trying to point out is that the devil was trying to find a way to set me up, to make it look like I was a killer, right? And a thief, and I watch scary movies and stuff like that. You want to know why? When I saw that post about that video about my brother, when he was showing me the man getting strangled or attacked in prison, well, something took place where my brother was in prison and he had did some stuff while he was in prison. So it looks at this point, they're trying to figure out a way to swap me out with my little brother, right? To make it look like I am the murderer, but there needs to be something in conjunction, well, that kind of, that's similar to what he has done in prison, right? To try to add that information in there. So trying to create assault and stuff like that, and trying to find a way to keep me out of prison so no one be able to share the type of person that I am or the character that I am and X, Y, Z and all this other kind of stuff. This is what's going on. Because what the devil is trying to do, the devil is collecting my information but using unknown accounts and unknown and guest accounts to create an algorithm that's mixed with what I'm actually watching, along with stuff that other people are watching in my family, right? To try to make it look like I have a pattern, right? I like to watch certain movies. I like to watch certain TV shows and stuff like that to try to make it look like I'm not, I haven't been transformed, right? I was never into those type of shows in the first place. But I did have some of them that I did find interesting, like Power. I like to watch Power, but I'm not watching Power anymore. Not because I don't like it, but because I can't take it spiritually. I feel it whenever I think about turning it on. So I noticed that we're trying to figure out a way to set me up to make it look like I'm watching certain things. So it comes up in my algorithm on the account that I am on, trying to get me to watch stuff like The Shy, Power, horror movies, things where it's like mysterious thrillers and stuff like that, where there's always a lot of killing and stuff like that going on, because that is the narrative that they are trying to paint. Should something happen where they go into my history and it was like, well, she watches this kind of stuff. She claimed to be a Christian at one point, but she must have fell off because she started getting back into these things and X, Y, and Z and all this other kind of stuff to help paint the narrative. The point I'm trying to make is that the devil is very busy in my life, right? But my father says if I continue to do what I'm supposed to do, then I will be just fine, which is why I don't worry about it.